But by and large, look, is it discouraging? Absolutely it is. Yeah, you got to win these close games, right? You're in extra innings. Mitch Keller did a fantastic job, had a real good start to the season. Paul Skeens is going to pick it up after, obviously, an outlier of a start that he had on opening day on Thursday. But, yeah, no need to panic at all. Mets are a good team, huge payroll. They got to go to Cincinnati after the game tomorrow in New York. But by and large, not time to hit the panic button by any stretch.
No, it isn't. But it's disappointing because you were hoping. I mean, you saw the bats on opening day, so you know what you can get out of guys like O'Hearn, and some of the new guys, and even what you had with Jake Mangum today.
Brandon Lau, 2 homers.
Brandon Lau, 2 home runs in the first game. Also, he came up with I think a hit yesterday too, or no, he was hitless today, but yeah, he was a big part of that opening day. So you needed the hits. You needed the pitching. They didn't get that. They didn't get the pitching in the first game. They got it today. And, scoreless going in extra innings, and it's tough to beat a lineup like that. So we'll see about tomorrow. But that one, I want to get to that Penn West University question tonight and just scan that QR code in the right-hand corner of your screen. Do you want the Pirates center fielder to be going forward? And it looks like our viewers right now, 100%.
What is there, 2 people that voted so far because they're mad at
maybe
O'Neal
it's
Cruz
2 guys, yeah.
missing 2 balls on opening day?
Everyone wants O'Neal Cruz out. I mean, look, I want to give the guy a chance.
Of course.
He is dynamic.
Crazy not to.
He is dynamic. He's streaky. He can win games for you. He's fun to watch. He's he's not so much fun to watch when he has a game like he did on opening day, and it's very frustrating. But you got to keep, I feel like you got to keep playing the guy.
There's no doubt about it. And this is not a knock on Jake Mangum. You have to start O'Neal Cruz in the situation. The guy's got his talent is unquestioned, right? You know what he can do. Yeah, he had the 2 mishaps on back-to-back pitches on opening day. And like I said last night, Rich, Donnie Kelly is not a guy that tolerates this kind of stuff, just in general, right? And physical mistakes, as we talked about, are different than mental mistakes. He lost the second ball. He lost in the sun. Should he have had sunglasses? Yes or no? Who knows what his comfort level is wearing sunglasses. But in that situation, when you're talking about who we're going to start, you have to start O'Neal Cruz. Jake Mangum is a nice player. O'Neal Cruz could be a star. Let's just not differentiate the two, and let's keep this as simple as we possibly can. Yes, is O'Neal Cruz, does he have a ways to go? Yes, he does, to put his game together. But it's absolutely ridiculous to say that anybody else should be starting in center field right now.
Yeah, I think Mangum might be your best defensive center fielder. He can hit. He's batting 400 right now. I mean, I know it's only his first game, but I want to see this guy get some regular playing time.
And how about that catch he made today?
Yeah.
And this is a guy who came up through the Rays organization, and the Rays are a team that is known for developing their talent, right? They make a lot, they turn a lot out of a little, just in general as an organization. They're good at drafting, good at developing. They have a real good culture. So he comes up in that. Donnie Kelly, same thing. He's trying to create a similar culture here with the Pirates as the bench boss in his first full season here. So Jake Mangum is a nice addition. You got O'Hearn, Ozuna, Brandon Lau, other bats, but don't underestimate Mangum and the contributions that he can make to this team.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. It's a shame they didn't win this one. I was feeling pretty good there once it got in extra innings and they had the 2-1 lead. But, I mean, Luis Robert, he could be a star. I mean, he's kind of up and down player too. He chases the pitch out of the zone and he chases it over the wall. So a frustrating win for the Pirates, but maybe even a more frustrating win for the Penguins. They were up in this game 2-1, but then the Stars just turned it on, that potent offense. They got some players over there. Second best record in the NHL right now, second most points. And they came in and they beat up on the Penguins 6-3. But I want to say, look, you don't want to lose any games, but Monday's game is the game that they need to win. Right now they're in 3rd place in the Metro, 1 point back of the Islanders. They're playing the Islanders on Monday. If we're talking about a must-win, I know, I exaggerated a little bit about tomorrow's Pirates game being a must-win, but I think this is a must-win. They need to get 9 or 10 points in these last 9 games, and these are 2 very important points.
The NHL, at least the Eastern Conference, seems like it's been this way all season long, Rich. I mean, I remember for a while, looking first and I think like 11th or 12th place was separated. I think it was like maybe 5 or 6 points. Yeah. It wasn't a lot of points at all. And you look at it now, it's the same thing. Look how high they could finish. Look how low they could finish. 1 or 2 games could make a monster difference. But you know what? Let me tell you something, Rich. That's a real credit to Dan Muse, okay? And I give a lot of credit to the Penguin organization for hiring Dan Muse. How many NHL coaches are retreads? What is it, like 70? It's
I mean, Laviolette, you can name a bunch.
A lot of coaches,
there's a bunch of them, yeah.
In the NHL have coached a lot of different teams, and they took a chance on the guy. Yale, U.S. He coached at Yale, the U.S. National Development Team. He was assistant, was it the Rangers in Nashville, I believe it was, where he came here from. And he was an unknown guy. People said the Penguins hired Dan Muse. Who is he? But you know what? If you're the Penguins, why not take a chance on this guy? He's known for his development, right? And clearly we know you're not developing 87, 71, and 58. They're known quantities. They're all going to the Hall of Fame. But when you add these young players into the mix, and when you have a superstar like Sidney Crosby, who is as amazing a person and as amazing a player as he is and how caring a teammate that guy is, and you put a guy like Dan Muse in there, this is what you see, and I think they surprised a lot of people this season.
But I do feel like he found something in 65. Erik Karlsson, the guy's been on fire. 7 goals in 7 games here. He has 13 on the season. He's a big reason they're in this position right now. Another goal here today. So I think he unlocked something with him that Mike Sullivan couldn't do.
Yeah, and what's crazy about this, what do you need to unlock? He's Erik Karlsson.
Yeah.
You know, look what he did. Was it Ottawa, San Jose, and he was a big trade acquisition by the Penguins, and he became a guy that I think a lot of people didn't realize, and now he's playing up to his potential. And you know how you know that's happening? When he's front and center in the media every single day in the locker room after the game comes to a close without Crosby, Malkin, Letang, these guys kind of taking the spotlight like they have for the last 20-plus years. But to get these contributions that he's getting, that is a real credit to Dan Muse and the Penguins organization and what they're doing right now. Because, I mean, Rich, would you not agree that they're exceeding expectations, I think, a little bit?
100%. I thought they were going to be near the bottom in the East.
Right.
And, you know, have a chance at a first overall pick, and that's not the case. They have a chance to, you know, maybe win a round in the playoffs, and I would have never thought that at the beginning of the season. That's for sure. So no Sidney Crosby today. That's big news. No Evgeny Malkin. They're both day-to-day. Malkin has an upper body. Sidney Crosby a lower body. We'll talk more about those guys, and hopefully you can at least get one of those guys back, namely Sidney Crosby, for that game on Monday. All right, we're going to take a break. Back in a couple minutes to take your phone calls. Stay right there. All right, welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. This is our Xfinity Tweet of the Night. This is from the Penguins PR account. That's 9 multi-point games in the month of March for Erik Karlsson. Karlsson is the 6th defenseman in NHL history to record 9 multi-point games in a single month, joining all these guys. And you can just read off the list there. So big accomplishment for him. 7 goals in 7 games, like I said, and that's pretty big for the Penguins right now and their success, and obviously a big one for Karlsson and this team.
Pretty good company there.
Monday. Hey, big game for Connor Griffin in Indy today. On base 4 times, right? A couple hits. You know, people are going to start clamoring for him to be up here if things continue, Robbie.
Rich, don't get me started.
Nah.
Don't get me started.
He's going to be there till May, what? Skeens was up here May 11th. You look at the year before. He shouldn't even be in Indianapolis
right now. He should be right now he should be in New York at a hotel, and he should be at Citi Field tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
But he's not. He's not.
Well,
and look, I think the Pirates as a organization are probably doing the right thing if they want to keep him long term. And I know we talked a little bit about it yesterday, but you look at a guy like Weatherholt. He's tearing it up right now. He might be your rookie of the year.
Yeah, is he in AAA or is he in the big league club?
And they were drafted the same year, but he played college.
Homer in his second big league at bat, walk-off hit today.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing, Rich?
Hey, they're saving a year. They're saving a year, and I get it.
But
in this day and age of baseball, you need as many years as you can if you're a Pirates team, unless they fix something. You know, maybe I want to get into this. We're going to take a couple phone calls here, but I want to get into the fact of what happens in 27. Do they have a salary cap or a salary floor, and how that will change the dynamics for the Pirates here in a little bit. But let's get out to Chuck for the second day in a row out in Uniontown. How you doing, Chuck?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's they need to turn this culture around immediately, because I said before, if they get off to a bad start, it's an issue of credibility. You want people to believe that this year is going to be different. There's only one way you can do it, and that's to win.
Yeah.
This is the forerunner of credibility. You got to win, and you're not going to win as long as O'Neill Cruz stays around. You've got a good player that you can play in center field. Play him.
Oh,
Cruz
Chuck.
can have all the talent in the world, but if he doesn't have his head on straight, it doesn't mean.
But you need, Chuck, you need O'Neill Cruz's bat in the lineup, right? I think that's more important. And I know Chris Muller was on the show. We were on Wednesday and Thursday, and we talked a little bit about it. It seems like this Pirates team is made up of a lot of right fielders and DHs. You know, that's a problem.
Yeah.
There's a major problem with defense this year.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it's great to hear from Chuck again, and I like doing these phone calls with my man Chuck in Uniontown. I would just respectfully disagree. I understand how Chuck feels about O'Neal Cruz and feels like he shouldn't be here, but you look at the talent, it is salivating. We have seen it so many times, and if there's anybody that can untap that potential, outfield coach Tark Brock, first base / outfield coach, knows what he's doing, has a great rapport with everybody. At this point in time, to be honest with you, Rich and Chuck, I think it's up to O'Neal Cruz.
He's got to tell the guy not to take 3 steps forward on a fly ball or a line drive to center field.
You can also walk a horse up to water, but you can't make him drink, Rich.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know I've been around that staff. I've been around Donnie Kelly. I've been around Tark Brock. Here's what I'm saying. They put him in position to have success. Whether he has it or not, I think to a certain point, that is up to O'Neal Cruz, and it's just – you cannot, at this point in time, have it any other way. If you get to a point where push comes to shove, you have to make a change, deal with it at that time. But right now, we're 2 games in. I'm not that discouraged about it, or O'Neal Cruz at all in general.
All right, the phone lines are lit up. All O'Neal Cruz questions. Let's go to Steve in Rochester. What's up, Steve?
I'm one of them, baby.
Yep, go ahead.
Hey, this is Steve from Rochester.
Yeah, Steve, what's up?
Cruz?
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Talk about O'Neal Cruz?
You can ask the question. Go
Let
ahead.
it rip, Steve.
What about his batting ability and his poor defense in center field? Don't we have that Mangum to play center field instead of him?
It's one of the things we talked about at the beginning of the show.
I have an idea. Let's petition Major League Baseball, and we'll see if we could have O'Neal Cruz hit in that spot and just have Mangum play defense all 9 innings. What do you think?
That would be good.
They'd be receptive to that?
Yeah, let's see if we can get that done. Let's go out to Ray and Gibsonia. How you doing, Ray? Ray, you there?
Hello?
Big play, Ray. You're on. What's up?
I disagree with both of you about O'Neal Cruz. He's not a 5-tool player.
I don't think either one of us said he's a 5-tool player. So go ahead.
No, but you said he should be playing, and that basically he's a strikeout. He's hit under the Mendoza line. And the other thing with him, he chases the ball. He's not a leadoff hitter. They got him in the wrong spot, and he don't want to play center field. He still wants to be a shortstop.
Well, I mean, he's been out in center field the last 2 years. The shortstop experiment didn't work out because of his play. He's one of the worst defensive players in all of baseball, and that's a fact. That's not just my opinion. He has 38 errors in the last 2 years, whether it was at shortstop or out in center field. You got to find a place for his speed and his arm, and outfield makes the most sense, right? Right field would probably make the most sense, but they don't have a center fielder, and they got too many right fielders, and they got better bats. They're going to play right field. So it's hard to figure out what you're going to do with this guy. But I feel like there is a lot of upside with him. I mean, you saw what he did in the All-Star home run contest. I mean, you see what this guy can do. You just want more of it, right? He has to be in the lineup. I never said he's a 5-tool player. Maybe he could be, but he isn't right now. And I do agree with you. I don't think he should be the leadoff hitter. I think he should be batting 6th or 7th.
Yeah, I mean, that's something for Donnie and Ben Cherington, the rest of the guys in baseball operations to look into. But I mean, in a backhanded way, Rich, is this not a good problem to have? You have the guy with this kind of talent. You got Brian Reynolds, Mangum. You got all these guys who can contribute in some way, shape, or form. But you cannot replace that power. Like, no. It's just hard to do. I don't know how else to really say it, but you got a guy who can hit a ball 1.5 miles, get people excited. Now, I know he can also strike out in 3 pitches in 3 straight at-bats.
And he can make a ton of errors, too.
Yeah. That happens. But, I mean, again, what do you do with Marcell Ozuna, too?
It's a good problem to have until they're 1-5 and they come home for the home opener and there's no excitement, kind of like what it was last year.
We're going to be singing a different tune, I think, a month from now.
Next Friday. Okay, let's hope so. We're going to take a break. Back in a couple of minutes with more of your phone calls.